The early months of the 2026 Formula One season have brought renewed attention to how drivers are adapting not only to technical changes, but also to the broader demands of the sport. As the championship evolves, questions around motivation and long-term commitment have become more visible, particularly among those who have already achieved sustained success. In recent weeks, several comments from leading figures have highlighted a growing disconnect between expectations and experience under the current regulations. The increased role of electrical systems and energy management has altered the driving approach, and not all drivers have responded positively to this shift. This context has placed Max Verstappen at the center of the discussion, with his public remarks reflecting a level of dissatisfaction that goes beyond performance alone. Following the Japanese Grand Prix, he admitted that he is actively questioning whether continuing in the category remains worthwhile, pointing to both sporting and personal considerations. Those concerns have now been echoed by his father, JOS Verstappen, who expressed doubts about his son's long-term motivation. Speaking to The Telegraph, he suggested that the current technical direction of Formula One is not aligning with what Max finds engaging as a driver. According to JOS, while adaptation is often part of the sport, this situation appears different. He indicated that Max is still working to maximize performance with Red Bull Racing, but questioned whether the current cars provide the level of challenge and enjoyment that once defined his experience. He is doing everything he can to be competitive, but these cars do not give him the same feeling, he said. The issue is compounded by Red Bull's relative struggles under the new regulations. A car that is not consistently competitive can further affect motivation, particularly for a driver accustomed to fighting at the front. At the same time, Verstappen's growing interest in endurance racing has introduced an alternative path, with events such as the Nürburgring 24 Hours representing a different type of challenge. Charles also pointed to the broad decision-making environment within Formula One. He acknowledged that the FIA may listen to driver feedback, but suggested that meaningful changes are unlikely in the short term. Instead, he expects only minor adjustments this season, with more significant revisions potentially coming later. He further highlighted the political dimension of regulation changes, noting that teams currently benefiting from the rules, such as Mercedes, have little incentive to support immediate alterations. According to him, this dynamic makes it more difficult to implement rapid solutions, even when concerns are widely shared. Beyond technical and political factors, JOS emphasized the personal perspective. He noted that following the races has become less engaging, even from a spectator standpoint, citing moments where energy management limits the ability to push continuously. This, he suggested, reflects a broader issue with how the current format is perceived. Despite these concerns, he expressed appreciation for Max's willingness to speak openly. In his view, direct feedback from drivers remains important in shaping the future direction of the sport, even if it creates uncomfortable discussions in the short term. The situation highlights the intersection between performance, regulation, and personal motivation in Formula One. As the season progresses, both the competitive landscape and potential regulatory adjustments may influence how this narrative develops. What's your take on this situation? Share your opinion below, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel for more Formula One updates.